A man noticed something strange while taking a break outside. Even though it was already the apocalypse, a large group of strangers was approaching him. He quickly turned and rushed back to his camp. By the 10th year after the disaster, only a few thousand people were left on Earth. Seeing a group armed with knives could only mean trouble. Jeff was so startled that he fell to the ground. His father, nearby, heard the commotion and came to check. The strangers were already just meters away. His battle-hardened father knew another fight was imminent, but Jeff froze for a moment. His infected wife was lying just a few steps away. Seeing his father packing supplies, Jeff snapped out of his panic and joined in to help. But the strangers were closing in fast. The father kicked open a wooden board and led the family out through the back exit. In a world without resources, getting caught could mean a grim fate, with running no longer an option. The father opened the lid of a nearby hiding spot to protect his son and daughter-in-law. He hid them inside and prepared to face the intruders alone. But how could one man stand against a group? At first, the father managed to take a few of them down, but within seconds, he was overpowered. The couple could only tremble in fear. Watching in silence as the father was subdued to survive, they had to suppress their grief. Then things took another desperate turn. The strangers found Jeff's drop bag in the camp. Inside were precious medical supplies, essential for keeping infections under control. But now these supplies were gone. Jeff's wife needed them urgently. As the father's lifeless body was carried away, Jeff decided to wait until the group left to come out. However, the leader of the group noticed something odd nearby, a pile of loose branches that seemed out of place. Jeff quickly covered his wife's mouth. The leader knelt down and reached for the hiding spot lid. Jeff held the wood tightly to keep it shut. Curiosity grew as the leader wondered what could be hidden inside. He leaned closer and sniffed. The unpleasant smell made him cough repeatedly, allowing the couple to stay hidden. Only after the strangers left completely did Jeff climb out of their hiding place. The camp was now in ruins. All their supplies had been stolen. In a world like this, survival seemed impossible, especially with his wife gravely ill lying in bed with no strength. Jeff checked for any remaining medicine, but every container was empty. Seeing his wife in pain, he had a fleeting thought, holding a pillow in his hands, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. She was the person he loved. Jeff knew he needed a solution. He left the last of their water for her, hid the camp as best as he could, and set off to track down the group, following the trail of his father's blood. Jeff searched through the wilderness, but the temperature had dropped to below freezing. Wearing only a thin shirt and shorts, Jeff soon collapsed to the ground, fighting against hunger and the cold. His vision began to fade. Just then, he saw something in the distance, a small boy walking his way.